Testing. All right. Good evening, everyone. How are you today? Let me just open up YouTube here. How are you this evening, guys? Another devlog of TetraForce, another Friday. So last week we were working on mini boss, the dead captain. So I have him up on our screen right now. I'm gonna resume him tonight. We're gonna start animating him. I still haven't fully decided everything that he's gonna be doing, so maybe we can discuss that a little bit tonight as well. Kind of would be nice if Nodding was around, but that's okay. Actually, you know what? Just in case, let me just ping him. Give me a second here, guys. Let me. Nodding. Alright, I pinged him. So maybe you never know. You never know. Maybe he'll appear and we can talk about the mini boss a little bit. But let me back it up just a little bit here. So if you're new to this video and you've never seen this before, so this is TetraForce, multiplayer action adventure RPG, much like Zelda if you're familiar with it. We've been working pretty hard now for just over a year. I do have the milestones actually handy, so let's just kind of take a quick review. I cleaned it up because there was some stuff that was overdue and things that were being finished kind of out of order, so I went actually on our GitHub and cleaned everything up. So milestone 3 was August, which you can see is past due by 11 days, but it's actually complete. So the puzzle reset I managed to finish off last week, so right at the end of the month. So that is actually going to be closed off here soon. And then if I go to milestone 4, which is this month, I've put floating barrel object, the saving and loading, and mini boss of the dead captain. So we're working a bit on the dead captain tonight, making a little bit of progress on him. Saving and loading, Joseph B might actually be back on that here shortly, so that would be awesome if he's able to finish that off this month. If not, I'm going to be working on the floating barrel puzzle, which is in Dungeon 1, so you can like push barrels into the water to create a bridge. So that'll be what I'm actually working on probably a little bit over the weekend and over the next few weeks here. If not, once I'm done this, I'll be moving on to saving and loading, I think. Because that's a pretty big deal, and I want that in the demo here sooner than later. So, if not Joseph B, great. I hope he can work on it. He's already started it, I believe. And I don't know if it's too intensive to actually get this working. It's more about building the menus and stuff like that, so everything works. The back end kind of basically has what we need there already. So that's kind of the scope of September. Of course, we're getting up real close to the mid-month mark, so we have a lot to do in a short amount of time, I suppose. But I mean, that's pretty much how it's been the whole time, anyways. So yeah, that's what our September is looking like. And I just moved some other stuff over to October and November. November was kind of like one of those things where it was. This one basically was done. Actually, you can see, like, it's already says 44% complete. It's already closed 4 issues. I moved a bunch more over to it, and most of them are just kind of bugs and stuff like that, like things that might just be quick fixes. At least that's the hope. And then obviously the main boss, the big end boss of the dungeon, he'll be the most work. So I kind of moved him over there as well to focus on that. The NPC store I would really like. But I'm okay if it ends up kind of being like post demo. Because I mean, realistically, once the demo is complete to where we're satisfied, I'll probably keep working on it for a little bit and polishing it up and just kind of adding stuff. There's a lot of sound effects and music and stuff that need to be added in. So yeah, I think for the most part we're doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with everything. It's been a lot more difficult the last little while to work on it. Everyone's been pretty busy, so it has slowed down quite considerably. But otherwise, it's fine. Like it's not stopped, so that's the good news. But yeah, so let's get started on this dead captain here. So I think for now, I'm gonna work on his idle state. I think I have. Hold on here. Let me just see if I can find the documentation on him. Where did I save that? Is it in dungeon layouts? Boss behaviors? Yeah, okay, yeah. So El Captain Mano in Charjo. A skeleton with 2 players tall, which we did. He's 32 by 32. Oh, but he has half players wide. That's not the case. Scene structure, pseudo code behavior. See, this is just kind of some of the code. Maybe it's in the physics procedure. So the skeleton should have priority if there are players inside the detection circle. When one enters it, the countdown starts. Once a second or 2 is reached, he begins the animation for his melee attack. Oh, right, so he's going to have a melee attack. Basically, he's going to swing around in a circle. So essentially, he's going to have a scimitar or some kind of sword. So, yeah, so there should be a clear indicator before he attacks. He should distance himself from the players so he has a chance to perform another attack where he drops bombs. Okay, so there wasn't a crazy amount. He's pretty simple overall. He's going to have 2 kind of phases, I suppose. So, and again, he's a mini boss, so he's not supposed to have like all these phases. So essentially he's going to have a melee attack and he's going to have a ranged attack. The melee attack is just going to be him kind of spinning in circles. Swinging a sword, and then there's gonna be, pardon me, he's gonna be having one where he like throws bombs up in the air and they're gonna like land all around, kind of thing. So, let's start with idle. He's not gonna need many frames for idle, I don't think. And honestly, I think what we're gonna do, so we're gonna do idle tonight and try and get him to kind of like almost jump into the air. We'll work on his jump. So let's make that a goal for tonight. So I want to add a new frame, which I think was Alt N, right? Yeah, okay. So this shouldn't be too difficult. I say that. Can I? Selecty. Let's try that. We gotta make sure those stay consistent. Oops. Oh, I think this has to be like that. Yeah! Okay, great. And then we'll move his whole body down, I think. Oops. I wanted this one. Oops. I was going to play with his boots more last time, but afterwards I was just kind of okay with it, I think. It didn't really bother me. So bring this guy to life. Oops, wrong frame. Let's try that again. This frame. Oh, I mean, it's those arms like don't even move. Actually, you know what? That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Because he's being hung by them. Let's change the frame rate here. Frame properties. We'll do 500 milliseconds for now. Because like he's supposed to be hanging there, so you don't want his arms moving, I guess, in a way. I think that's actually, honestly, I was thinking about adding 3 frames of idle animation, but doesn't look like he needs it, honestly. 2 frames is quite fine. So, let's add jumping already. That was easy. Look how easy that is. So we're going to bring this all down. Oops. How does that look? I wonder if I should, when he jumps, I wonder if I can get away with making him stay within the 32 by 32. We can try. If it's not gonna look good, then I'll increase his height a little bit, I think. So, I don't like how it keeps this frame selected, and I don't know how to unselect it. Just one of those things that I'm not too sure. It doesn't affect anything. I just don't. I just don't know why it does it. I was debating moving his skull up more, but I need the space for his legs. So, let's move him down 1. So we're gonna Luna, hush. Luna, my dog wants to bark. Luna. I don't know why she needs to bark. Oops. Wrong color. Oh, sorry, my dogs are probably gonna go off here. Just hold tight. Gonna have to deal with them barking. That wasn't so bad. They weren't that loud. Alright, so that's good. I like that. Alt N. Oops. Again, a lot of this is going to be animated inside of Godot. So even though it might not look like much in here, there's gonna be separate things, or not things, but like assets that are being utilized. I'm gonna have Divine separate to his arms because those will be coming down from the top of the screen. We're gonna have to do a bomb, which will essentially be the same bomb as the player, but I'll change the color of it and basically duplicate that. So that'll be like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. That'll be what, another asset. Thank you, honey. How does it look for? Let's move this over, I guess. See, it kind of looks like he's jumping, but at the same time, I don't know how much I want. I mean, he's technically not supposed to be jumping himself. He's supposed to be just being pulled up. If I don't really think it works, then I'll end up making him dangly, but I'll have to make him longer, so he'll have to be longer than that sprite. Which I suppose I could move. I could move these down more and utilize the full pixels there. But I don't know if that's gonna look. It's not awful. We're debating moving this in 1 pixel. Yeah, I think that'll work just fine. So that way it kind of looks like he's hanging, right? So, that's good. Oops. There we go. I guess I need to do that. Will that work? He could be a ballerina. Okay, it's not too bad. Kind of like that. Honestly, this is going easier than I thought it would. Thought it might be a little more difficult. And the nice thing is he can look forward all the time. And not like the other sprites where they're turning. Like, he's going to be facing forward the whole time. So I don't actually worry about him looking any other direction. So let's work on I guess his attack next. Like his sword attack. So I'm curious if I tag idle. Oops. I mean, technically it would be like 3-2-3-2. Let's try this. Idle. I mean, I liked it at 2 frames before too, so I'll keep it that way. So let's make this jump. I guess these are supposed to be faster. So let's do, doesn't really work out, 150 maybe? Let's use dance the music. Okay. He could be a break dancer. Okay, now he needs attack. So let me save this one. I think what we're gonna have to do is make this one's gonna have to be a bigger sprite. Because it's got to swing around him. So, how much do I want to make it bigger? I think 16 all around is fine. So I think 64 by 64. Let's start with that. If I have to, I'll go more. So let's copy his first frame again. And so like a lot of the things that we've done in TetraForce, the weapons are separate entities. And I may do that with this guy even. I'm gonna animate them all as if it were one thing. But I don't know. I haven't fully decided yet whether or not to include the sword as his separate weapon or make it part of his scene, like just part of his nodes. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. I just realized, yeah, no, okay, we can hear me. That's good. Now, sorry, just thinking. I think I'm gonna copy the second frame again, this one. Yeah, but instead we're going to, I was debating rotating, but I don't think I need to rotate really. Oops. Ah, what am I doing? Hopefully this isn't too many frames, but we're gonna find out. I'll have to do some work on that one. I feel like his elbow needs to be up higher still. Technically his elbow's even like here, which again shouldn't move too drastically because he's like all tied up. We're gonna work on him being more animated than this as well. So like he's right now he's like very rigid. I'm gonna actually have his other arm kind of moving forward, and probably one of his legs kind of going back. So he looks a little bit weird right now. I just want to get the arm right first, and then I'll come back because this will kind of dictate how many frames it needs to be. And then from there I can kind of clean him up and make it work better. So I think I'm just gonna get rid of that. We're gonna just do that. Because now it's supposed to be like kind of behind him. He's like pulling the sword out. Let's move this in. I actually think I'm just going to add his elbow bone right there. Oops. Maybe make it wider. Alright, so let's fix the vine up here. Oh, it's consistent. Oops. I guess there's some weird things going on here. Alright, there we go. Reach back. So I think what I'm gonna try and do, and I don't know how, this is like super ambitious of me, but so when he swings, the vines are gonna twist. So he's gonna spin around a couple times one way, get twisted up, and then swing back the other way. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, and then like twisted, and then untwisted. Which shouldn't be too bad because it's basically the same animation, just reversed. Okay, so let's make this more interesting to look at now. Where do I want to start? Moving his other arm. Let's start it there. Again, he's not going to be able to move it too much, but we want it to at least look like he's got some kind of something happening, right? Otherwise it's just like boring if he's too rigid. Move this down a few pixels. maybe I'll move. I'm just playing around at this point, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. Kind of have an idea in your head what is going to look good, but doesn't necessarily mean it will. Move this over, and then this. So do. I think that makes his skull look too wide there. No, I think that has to stay. How can I make that look more appropriate? See, that doesn't... Oh, I know why. Like, his head's turning, but his hat's not turning. I'm like, why does it just not look like his body's not turning at all? I'm not even paying attention. That's the problem. Let's see here. This is like weird stuff kind of happening here with my movement. His pants are doing something strange. Let's try and fix that. Shall we? That doesn't look like he's doing a shuffle. It's not what I'm looking for. I think I have to move this in a little bit more too. Oops. Do, 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 do. Trying to look a little bit better now. I keep like over. I don't know if I like his body shifting the way I have it. I also think his light still needs to come in more here. Maybe. Ugh, I always do that. Stay on the eraser instead of going. I need to move his hat still. That's one thing I haven't done yet. He's like, probably like. Keep like over framing it. Okay, let's move his hat. Do that. Almost felt like this was too much. Or maybe this just needs to move over. Yeah, that's better. I guess I can get rid of this right here too. All right. It looks like his arm actually like spins around. That'd be kind of cool too if he like threw his arm like a boomerang, but he's not gonna do that. So let's slow it down just a little bit and see it. Just a bit. We'll back down to 50, 150 again. That's too slow. Let's go to 125. Yeah, that's about right for now. So he'll come and then he'll like have some kind of charge glitter probably. And then on the next frame, we're gonna pretend like he's pulling out his sword. like, pretend for now. He is pulling out his sword. So I want to get him closer to... Pardon me. Closer to, his actual height. Select. Move, and this has to happen much faster. Almost like a blur. So I was just debating if I want to copy his midriff. I think it's going to be easier if I do that. Oh, come on. I just realized this missing. Do. We're gonna move his 1 foot in again, I think. I'm gonna keep his arm dark like that because it's still in behind him technically. Now, other frame. Let's move him up again. So this is gonna be the interesting part because I'm gonna have to really play with the sprite, I think, to make him look the way I want him to. So there's gonna be some major overhauling happening here. Let's copy this front facing. Oops. It's gonna get messy. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, let's just break it all down here. So I think there's gonna be a sword, kind of like. So this is just me gonna sketch now at this point. I'm gonna have to like do these parts more manually. Just fine. I probably won't get through all this tonight at this point, but. And this is gonna get like, let's just rotate, and this is gonna get like rotated. Oops. Well, I guess it's more like this is gonna get rotated. Something like that. This is gonna be like that, something like that. I'm not gonna worry too much about the overall details just yet. I think this arm needs to move in more. We go there. What am I doing? I actually think the skull will be this, but mirrored. Edit trends. Flip horizontal. Car. So yeah, it's gonna have like a, gonna have to be like, and then I'm not gonna have a side skull for it yet. This is gonna be down here somewhere. And essentially, this is going to be something over here. Sideways hat. And then we're gonna have another like how messy and sketchy this is. This is fantastic. How you make, oops, plan stuff out. This would be something like that. This time the skull would be like completely. It's getting sketchier and sketchier by the second. And because he's moving fast, he probably will have like a bit of a blur to him. So the details of him aren't going to be as clear and crisp as you would normally have. Anyways. And there's going to be like vines here, right? So. At this point, I'm just gonna try and get the spinning going, I think. It looks like nothing. One day, I promise. I feel like this almost needs to be, oops, more like that. See, we can speed all these up now, probably to their 100 millisecond counterpart. And I feel like even the actual swing itself can go up to like, these frames could probably be even faster. It's too far. I just had another thought. I know I'm being really quiet. I'm thinking a lot. But maybe it'd make more sense even for him to get all twisted up in his vines. Because, like, you know, like, the monster's like a vulnerable state. So if he swings and misses, he, like, gets all twisted up and gets stuck. And you can actually hurt him during that time. Or if he hits a player, that's when he'll do the spin back around again. I think that's what we can try and do. I'll have to play with the animation and see how well that goes, but... And so if we go Alt-N, we're going to essentially have 2 frames like this, where it's going to be him alternate, like spinning, like, again, it's not animated right now, but I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do. And it might have to be 3 frames. I'll see what I can do with 2. Alright, so, I guess to recap, since I'm just about done here for tonight, we have his idle state, which is just him obviously standing. And then we have him jumping, or basically it's more like him being pulled up, which again, he doesn't look like much here because like he'll actually be positioned on screen. So that doesn't look like too much. And again, if I don't like how this looks, I might extend his height just a little bit on that frame, so that it looks like he's being pulled more instead of curled up. But we'll play with that and see how that looks. And then we have him pulling out his sword and attacking. And again, so this is going to have a couple of different states. There'll be the pulling out part, which is these 6 frames. Yeah, basically 6 frames. And then from 7 to 13, frame 7 to 13 is his actual swing state. And then 14 and 15 is going to be him spinning around. And that'll be where the vines are getting like all tangled up, basically. And again, if he manages to hit the player on this swing state, he'll unspin. But if he misses the player, he would be stuck in the spin state, basically, until for a set amount of time. And then I think what would happen is he'd get pulled up and come back down, reset. That's how I envision it. And again, how complex this all is, I don't know. We're gonna find out. Coding it might be a little bit more challenging, but I think it'd be really fun if I can actually accomplish this. Okay, cool. All right, well, that's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you for joining me. If you're new to this or just joined in late and checking this out, I encourage you to join our Discord channel. I have the link in the description below. You can also subscribe on YouTube if you want to see me. I stream every Friday doing another devlog on TetraForce. You can also go to our website, which is in the link below as well, and download the game if you want to check it out and play it. There will be an update hopefully soon on it with a lot of the stuff that's been worked on over the last month or so. There's been quite a few things met and added into the game and also fixed. A lot of the bugs have been fixed. So you can play it with yourself or multiplayer, whatever you like. And let us know how you feel about it. If you have any feedback, that's always appreciated. And yeah, I guess we'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful day.